The head of the International Atomic Energy Agency is headed for the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. It will be Rafael Grossi's second trip to the plant since Russian forces commandeered it from Ukraine more than a year ago. On Monday, Grossi met with the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who accused Russia of committing radiation blackmail. Rafael Grossi joins me now from Dnipro, Ukraine. Good to have you on the program. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you. Hello.
So you have a crucial job protecting Europe's largest nuclear power plant in a country that's at war. Just describe for us what the status of the plant is right now.
Well, I have been saying, and unfortunately I cannot say anything better, it's very precarious, still very dangerous. The situation, as you have been describing in your reporting, is not getting any better. Military action continues. In fact, it is increasing. There are growing numbers of troops and military vehicles, heavy artillery, more military action around the plant. The plant has been in blackout repeatedly, thereby losing its cooling capacity. So converging number of very, very concerning factors that are making this plant in this situation a great risk. This is why the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, is there. We have a permanent presence there. And myself, I will be visiting it for the second time. I want to see what the situation is for myself. Talk to the management there, which is Russian management, as you know, because the plant, which is roughly on the front line, is on Russian-controlled territory, and it's controlled by Russia. So in a few hours, myself and my team, we are going to cross the front line again, as we did last year, and we are going to be visiting the plant and continuing at the same time. I think you mentioned my meeting with President Zelensky. I'm going to continue my consultations in order to try to establish a protection around the plant and spare us all from a nuclear accident with potential catastrophic consequences.
Yeah, I want to ask you a bit more about that in just a moment. But first, I just want to ask you about the risk level at the plant right now. This is a plant that has 6 nuclear reactors. It's faced shelling since the war began. And we've discussed the risks in the past, given that this is a plant that's 500 kilometers from the world's worst nuclear accident at Chernobyl. What's the risk level at the plant right now?
Well, the risk level, as I was saying, is extremely high, and it's totally unpredictable, precisely because we are in a combat zone. So anytime, I mean, the previous shelling episodes that we had didn't come with a warning, of course. So there could be wittingly or unwittingly or as part of some military action. The plant has been hit in very sensitive areas of the facility, so we cannot exclude it. At one moment, we could be in a quiet situation, and 2 minutes later, facing something very, very terrible. So unfortunately, we cannot predict. This is why what we want to achieve is a protection agreement on which we have been working with both sides in order to try to have a bit more predictability, a bit more reassurance that we do not turn a nuclear reactor a legitimate military target.
In terms of the operations at that plant, as you mentioned, Russia controls the plant, but it's essentially still operated by Ukrainians. How exactly does that work, from what you've seen, what your team has seen on the ground? Because there have been reports from Ukrainians that Russians at the plant have been retreating.
No, Russia is firmly in control of the plant. I may tell you more when I return tomorrow. But the Russians are in control of the plant. There is no doubt about it. We have, like you rightly say, Ukrainian staff, a portion of the original staff of that plant, which was in the area of the 10,000 or something like that, and now it's been reduced to less than half of that. Some left, some were fired, some didn't want to continue working there. So the staff, the workforce is severely reduced. Still okay to run the plant, but not in ideal conditions.
We wish you all the very best in your efforts to create this protection zone around the plant and your work tomorrow. All the best. Thanks so much, Rafael Grossi from the IAEA.
Thank you very much. Thank you.